wanted to cover a couple of concerns I get asked about regarding the chain training and the proactive tension that I talk about in my chain training PDF that I have over on my website. Links down below if you want to learn more. People get on this and they tell me, I can't do as many reps anymore. Whereas I used to do like 20 push-ups or 10 pull-ups. Now it's dropping by like 25, 30%. What's going on? Well, again, the idea is we're looking at smoothing out these tension curves. So for a lot of times with reactive tension, we have more tension in the muscle and then slightly less tension and more tension and less tension. And it goes in a curve like this. And as a result, the muscles don't get quite as much tension, the quality of tension is not quite as good, and the overall amount of tension isn't quite as high. So if you think of like a bucket, right? And when you get to the brim of it, that's when you're fatigued and you can't do anymore. So with every rep, you're like tension's high and then it sinks down a little. Tension's high, sinks down. And you got this thing going every rep and it's getting a little higher and then it goes back down. With proactive tension, you flatten out your tension curve, you're high the whole time. So you're just like, and you just fill that bucket of fatigue of how much you can handle so much faster. So your reps drop down. This is not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. It's a sign that you're in the right direction because you're managing your tension. The tension's a higher quality and you're fatiguing the muscle a lot faster. It's kind of the equivalent of adding a little bit of extra weight. It's requiring more tension of the muscles, and you don't get to have that little moment of relaxation where the fatigue is dropping a little bit. But this is a short-term deal. So if you're at like, 12, wow, marker's terrible. If you have 12 repetitions of like pull-ups that you can do and suddenly you drop back down to 8, this is temporary because what I've experienced with proactive tension is after a few weeks, you're much better at managing the tension. Your fatigue level goes higher because you're using so much more tension and you're going up to like 16 reps. So it's kind of like from a rep range, 2 steps back, 2 or 3 steps forward, way beyond where you were before. And the tension, the quality of it with every rep you're doing is so much better. So even though you may be dropping down to 8 reps, it's the equivalent of doing 12. So when you are going up to 16 reps, it's the equivalent of like getting 21. So you're getting far more out of it at the same time. So don't worry about it if you drop down a little bit. That's a good sign. It's a good sign that things are going in the right direction. When we go and we make reps the priority, and we find these subconscious ways of managing tension so we don't fatigue ourselves as much. We don't have the muscles working quite as much. And while it looks better on paper, the actual tension, which is the only thing that really matters, is actually slightly decreasing or at least held in check. And we're not actually getting that much stronger. Questions below. Be fit, live free.